Welcome to the beginner IronCAD training course. In this course you will see a lot of videos that will guide you through the program. When you start up IronCAD you are presented with this welcome dialog, and this welcome dialog gives you some options. For instance, if you click this button you will open a new 3D scene, or if you click this button you will open a new drawing, and if you click here you will start a new drawing in IronCAD Draft 2D drawing environment. And if you click here you will open an existing document, whether it is a drawing or a 3D scene. Down here in this box you will see the recent documents you have been using, whether it is a drawing or a 3D scene. And when they appear here you just double click one of the line items to open one of them. But we will go ahead and click this button to launch a new 3D scene. And the new 3D scene is launched with the default template. When you have started a new scene you are presented with this user interface. And if this is the first time you start up IronCAD, perhaps you ask, how does it work? Well, this is the design area, this gray area. It's also called the scene. And it is in this scene, or this design area, you design all your parts, whether it is one part or thousands of them. In IronCAD, you design all parts together. You don't have to save parts onto the hard drive and then assemble them in a separate assembly scene. You make all together in one scene. Up here you see the ribbon bar and several tabs that contains tools you need when you're designing in IronCAD. We will go through some of them during this course. On the right hand side we have the catalog browser, and right now the starter catalog is open. And the starter catalog contains shapes and some folders, and these gray shapes, they are solid shapes to add geometry, and these blue shapes are shapes to remove geometry from the gray shapes. And down here we find folders or groups with additional shapes and tools. And to open one of them you just double click on it. For instance, if I double click the sheet metal group I will open it, and here you will see sheet metal shapes. And to go back you click this back button. If you click this button, more catalogs, you will find additional catalogs which contains shapes and tools to use when you're designing in IronCAD. If we go further down we have the object viewer. If you click one of the items here in the catalog, they will show up here in the object viewer. So if I click the extrude shape, you will see it here. When you see most of the other videos in this course, this object viewer will not be included because this video was made after a product update, but most of the other videos are made before that update. So next question is, how do I add geometry to the scene? Well, it's by drag and drop the gray shapes here in this catalog. So to do that I will hover the cursor of the extrude shape here, left click and hold, then I drag and drop it here in the scene. And then if we come over to the left hand side we have the scene browser. Now we see that there is only one part in the scene, but there is also cameras and lights, and they are hidden because we don't need to see them. But as we go through the course we will see how we can make use of this scene browser. Well, next step is how can I see this block from different angles, like this, and how can I pan the camera, and also how do I zoom? Well, to orbit the camera you press and hold the wheel on the mouse. Now I have the cursor here outside the object. If I now press and hold the wheel on the mouse and move the mouse, I will orbit the camera and I can see this block or box from different angles. But you might think it is the block that is rotating, but if you come down here to the far left corner in the scene you will see three arrows that represent the global coordinate system. When I press and hold the wheel and move the mouse you will see that they also rotate, that means that it is the camera that is orbiting and not the block. So in that way you can look at an object from different angles to orbit the camera. Perhaps you want to pan the camera, you press and hold the wheel and also the shift key on the keyboard. The cursor turns into 4 arrows and now you can move the mouse to pan the camera. And to zoom, you press and hold the wheel and also press and hold the control key. On the keyboard, if you move the mouse forward, you will zoom in, and if you move the mouse backward, you will zoom out, and you do that continuously. But you can also zoom by rolling the wheel on the mouse. So if I roll forward, I will zoom out, and if I roll backward, I will zoom in, and I will zoom in increments. And another thing to consider when you use the wheel to zoom is that you will zoom where the cursor is. So for instance, if I now move the cursor here to this location and roll the wheel backward, I will zoom in to this point here. If I roll back forward to zoom out, I will do the same. But you will zoom in increments. So these 3 buttons is good to remember. Press and hold the wheel to orbit, hold the wheel and the shift key to pan, and hold the wheel and the control key to zoom continuously, or roll the wheel to zoom in increments and also zoom where the cursor is. And another thing to consider when it comes to orbit the camera is you can orbit about the cursor location. So for instance, if I now have the cursor here, press and hold the wheel, I will zoom about the camera center on the middle of the camera. And if I move the cursor to this location, press and hold the wheel, I will zoom about that point where the cursor is. And if I move the cursor to this location here and press and hold the wheel, I will zoom about that point, like so. And I will zoom out a bit, and if I double click the wheel, I will activate the fit scene command, and you find that command down here on this button, fit scene. Then I will come down here to change the camera angle. If I click this button, we have some camera angles presets, and I will choose top front right, TFR, top front right, click here. Then I will click this fit scene button, like so. When the block is selected, the edges has a blue or cyan blue color. If I now deselect and click the block here, the part, it has a cyan blue color. The edges has cyan blue color. And when it is selected in this level, it is selected in part level. If I click this part again, I will come to the feature or IntelliShape level. And you see these handles, the size box handles. And if I click again, I will come to face and edge level. So now I can select faces, but I can also select edges. If I hover the cursor over this edge and click, I can select that edge. If I come to this corner, I will select this vertex here. But I click this face, and if I click again, I will come back to the part level. So you could say it is 3 levels: part level, IntelliShape or feature level, and face and edge level. But I will go back to IntelliShape level so that we see these size box handles. And you see that the size box handles has different colors, and the colors correspond to the colors here on these arrows. So that means that the red handles are the local x-axis, but it's also the length handle. And the green handles are the local y-axis, but it is also the width handles, and the blue handles are the local z-axis or the height handles. But you can grab the handles and change the size. For instance, if I move the cursor to this handle here, the cursor turns into a hand. If I left click and hold, I can drag and change the length of this box. When I drop the handle, I can also type in a value, and I will type 100 and hit enter. And to see the box, the whole box in the camera, I click this Fit Scene button. Then I will grab this green handle. See now? Grab the green handle and drag, and I will drop it here. And here I type 100 again. And then I will click the Fit Scene button. You can also just click the handle and change the value. I will do that, and then I type 30 and hit enter. And I deselect by selecting outside the object. So now I will add more geometry to this block. To do that, I come to the catalog, left click and hold the cylinder, and I will drag it and I will drop it here on the midpoint or the center point. And we see that the handle is already selected, and here I can change the value. I will type 50 and hit enter. And deselect also by clicking outside. Then I click the Fit Scene button. And I will cut a hole through the part now, and I come over to the catalog, choose a cut cylinder, left click and hold, drag and drop it here on the center point. We see now that there is a hole in the cylinder, but I want that hole to go through the part. So I move the camera to this location, to this position, grab the lower height handle and drag it, and we see now it goes through the part, but I want that hole to snap to the bottom. So when I'm dragging, I also press and hold the shift key on the keyboard, hover the cursor over this side, and this face turns into green. That means I have activated the smart snap function. So when I let go the left mouse button and then the shift key, the hole has snapped to the bottom. So now I will have a hole that goes through the whole part. Then I come down here to select top front right, camera position, and then also Fit Scene. I will remove more geometry, so I come up here to select Cut Extrude, drag it and drop it here, and I will adjust this Cut Extrude. So I will grab this green handle, use the shift key, snap to this side, then I grab the lower blue handle, use the shift key to snap to the bottom, and then I grab the red handle, use the shift key to snap to this side, then I orbit the camera to this position here, to this angle, so I can see this handle. I will grab this handle, use the shift key to snap to this side here, then I grab this red handle and hover the cursor over the cylinder, press the shift key. So now we see that there is a green dot in the center of the cylinder. That means that I'm now snapping to the center of the cylinder. So I will let go the left mouse button and then the shift key. And then I will grab the upper height handle and use the shift key to snap to the top, like so. Then I come down here to choose top front right and Fit Scene. So by using a cut extrude, I have now made a cutaway. So if we come over here to the scene browser, we see that we have only one part, but if I expand the part, we will see there are 4 features. I began with a block, continued with the cylinder, then I cut a hole with an H cylinder or a cut cylinder, then made a cutaway with using an H block or a cut extrude. These features are based on, if I now expand the block, select the cross section and hover the cursor over this block here, we see that these features are based on a sketch. This block has a sketch and then extruded to a block. And same goes with the others. But the difference between the white features and the yellow features is that the white features, they remove geometry, and the yellow features add geometry. So in the next video we will continue with drag and drop and how to handle the camera, but I will close this scene now.